without further ado, let's hop up into the patch notes. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today and really getting excited to see what's going into the patch. Let's go ahead and go into the first item, which, of course, is going to be skins. One thing you guys have already seen is the diamond skins, which, of course, is going to be the rank 10 mastery for all of the gods in the game. This is going to be pushing legendary skins down to rank 5 mastery. And, of course, first rank of mastery will be the golden skins. So 1, 5, and 10 diamond skins will be coming out. For those of you who are wondering, anyone 5 and above will get legendary for free, already unlocked. Anyone who is ranked 10 currently will also get the diamond skins unlocked for themselves as well. So definitely a lot of content, a lot of reasons to be leveling up those characters that are close to 5 and above, especially characters that are close to 10. If you get to level 10 in Mastery, you'll be getting that diamond skin. All 3 skins must be purchased individually, and they can be purchased individually separate of each other. You can get straight to 10 and buy the diamond without owning gold or without owning legendary. There's important notes that we went over yesterday. I just want to reiterate to you guys so you know exactly what's going on. So diamond skins are now available. The next thing is going to be a very exciting skin, which should we show them?
Should we just show the card? I think so.
Let's just bring the card up.
It's
bring
awesome. I'm one of the biggest fans of this one.
Run the program.
Run the XE.
What is that?
What is that?
What is that? What could that be?
I think that's Mercury.
No.
I mean everyone. No one wants skins for Mercury, right? I never hear chat ever complain that there are no skins for Mercury at all.
That's it. It's true.
I mean, why are we even?
It should have been an Emir skin, is what it should have been. Emir or Ra.
We need more Ra skins. I think
that's true, and Emir as well. So this is going to be the Mercury Run.exe skin, and we're going to talk a little bit about this in just a bit here. But a very fantastic skin for Mercury. One thing I can tell you, as the camera does turn over to me, is that this skin is multicolored. So we're going to see a lot of cool effects going in on that one. Going to fix the focus and show my wonderful, beautiful face here.
Oh, look at it.
So that is the Mercury Run.exe skin, and that's going to be one of the skins in the patch. We also have the alternate skin for Cabrakan.
Yep. I really like this one too.
Yeah, it's a great recolor. We've had a lot of great colors. I think one of my favorites is going to be the Zeus one. Zeus black
the
hair.
New one.
But this is the Cabrakan
really cool, yeah.
Rampage skin. You see a little bit darker yellow, red. Got that white hair with the black in the back. Party in the back, business up front, of course. Looking very cool there. The next skin after that is going to be golden and legendary.
Rum. Got it.
So that's the only god in the game who doesn't have golden and legendary. Of course, with the release of the diamond skins,
yep.
we're going to be bringing out the gold skin for Ram. You can see it there on the left side of the screen. Right there. That's the Ram gold skin card there. And one card that we do have that's added as well, one of the few god skins that have old god cards. Of course, it's going to be the Silver du Ra.
Oh, yeah.
So that has been redone there. It looks really, really great,
Really well
actually.
done.
There's a little black and silver. I'm going to tickle it again because it looks really cool. So that's Silver du Ra. And one thing you guys did see yesterday as well is the new emotes, the special emotes going into the game coming up next. Of course, this is going to be a first wave kind of thing. It's going into Nemesis and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Got dance, you got the clap, you got the taunt, you got the frustration, and of course the special, which allows you to do your special little thing. So new emotes have been added in. You saw a lot of that yesterday. If you guys missed it, we'll show a little bit of it in game today as well, just reiterating everything that has gone into the patch and things you have seen so far. Now, the next part is going to be voice packs. We have a new voice pack for Cabrakan, and it's actually really cool. Because
I haven't heard this one yet.
You haven't?
No.
Now, you look at the big dudes, right?
Okay.
You look at Amir, and you look at things like Kumbhakarna.
They have the deep...
They're just very slow and kind of
Okay.
a big dude kind of thing. He is a wrestler voice. Like, he is just like, the last guy who took me down to a mountain is like kind of like really aggressive and mean and like big wrestler kind of thing.
Oh,
so
no,
it's
I
just
wanna
like
hear
really
it.
cool. It's
Do we
very
have
awesome.
some, like... I hope we have some wrestling quotes. I don't know.
There's
there
something
are.
Nice.
I knew there was gonna.
There's something
I want.
nice.
I want some
There's
Hulk
something
Hogan's.
nice. Just wait for the win-loss screen. That's
Okay.
Big
All
one.
right. Okay.
Of course, we have a voice pack for the Run.exe Mercury. We won't be seeing that today, but we will be seeing that next week as it does get released. So look forward to that one. Now, as well as icons, as well as voice packs, we've got some ward skins coming in here. The one ward skin we do have is the Colosseum, which you won't be able to see on screen right now, but it's actually very cool. It's exactly what you'd expect it would be. We also do have an exclusive animated icon, which is called...
The hell if I know.
You don't know?
Hell if I know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No, hell if I know.
Yeah, you don't know?
No. Hell if I know. Like
yeah,
that's,
I don't know why you're cussing.
No, that's the icon is hell if I know. It's another animated icon.
It's what?
She switches stances.
Oh, hell if I know.
Hell, like the god.
Got it.
The
Got
god.
it. Okay, so hell if I know is
Dry
the
bear, please.
newest icon.
Now I understand.
I
Now I understand the frustration.
I had some fun with that. It's too easy. So, of course, this is an animated icon, as you guys have seen already, the blinking dragon eye, as well as the mouth that moves around and screams. There's an animated icon. It's going to be another one. It's going to be Hell If I Know, which starts out with the dark stance hell and changes into light stance hell and moves back and forth. Very animated, a lot of cool stuff. That's going to be added to the treasure chest if you want to roll that one out. We already saw the updated cards, so we'll hop right into miscellaneous. Take it away.
These are some just some random changes. There's now a special accolade, so you have the First Blood Tower Killer accolades. There's now one for killing a Juggernaut in the Siege game mode. In the character builder, the unavailable skills are now more distinct with desaturated icons, so you can just more visibly appealing. Fix several issues which prevented from adding friends, editing notes, and adding clan members to the friends list. Filters have been added to the icon store, which I love. Because sometimes, I mean, there's a long list of icons now, so now we can sort through them much easier. Fix an issue that caused the minimap to be blocked for the purpose of pinging in some HUD layout. So if you've customized your HUD a little bit, some problems occurred from there. Fix some spectator crash issues. And the first one of the day UI issue with doubling the amount. I'm not sure what that one was. Do you know?
Yeah, so there was a little bit of an issue with it's the first one of the day bonus. Sometimes it would say that, like, you get 600 favor, or you get like this really huge amount, which of course was reflected in a textual, but not actually being
you weren't actually getting 600 favor.
Misleading.
And
the next thing.
I like this. This is
great.
Important for competitive play. Ranked.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the one thing that's happening right now is while you're jumping, whatever you get afflicted with will be affected to you once you land.
Yep.
Or on top of you, but it will affect you. And some notable examples of this is going to be the nausea stun with the sash. Sometimes if you jump forward when nausea hits you with the sash, you will be stunned, but you'll still travel to the location you would have gone to while you were flying.
So nausea won't even be there. So it'll be.
So nausea will be away from you, not in melee range. Now what happens is if you get rooted, stunned, or mesmerized, your forward momentum will now stop, and you'll hit the ground like a rock. And so if you get stunned out, you can't jump forward. We had this problem a little bit earlier with the Habwa Atlas rolling out. Sometimes you could jump, and before you wouldn't get applied the slow until you actually landed on the Atlas. That got fixed. There's just a partial fix. Now we have the full fix now, where any CC that gets afflicted onto you, your jump will now stop, and you'll hit the ground. And of course, nausea will no longer have that issue there.
Change.
The next one.
Here we go. Let me say it.
Do it.
Keen Size, rest in peace. Nah, actually, they're still good. But so Keen Size, their price has been increased from $26.50 to $30.50. 400 gold. That's a huge hit to gods that really need it, that go for it early, like Osiris Nemesis. But even for those like tanky gods, like that, just I'm gonna sack all these protections, go Kin Size, and then just beat on you, and you can't do anything. Rest in peace. You're gonna have to be ahead. You're gonna have a lot of gold to go with those.
Which you should. I mean, this item has been a very difficult item to balance since the inception of Smite, or essentially the item, I should say. And it's been back and forth. We had Chin Blades, we had Chin Size, then kind of did the other thing where we moved it. It was like missing HP, and then it was back and forth. And we made Chin's Blades into Chin Size, and it's been a long progressive thing. And we decided the best thing for this would just be increase the price and make it a little less accessible to certain characters that scale very easily with it. So a big competitive change there along with that. So next, let's go ahead and hop into Gods, balance updates, and fixes here. The first one is going to make a lot of people happy.
Oh,
You've been screaming for this for a very long time.
This is the big one, guys. I know you've been wishing. AMC, here comes the buff, guys.
His honey is now fixed so that all honey, he'll dump his load every single time this time. He's not going to have a partial dump. He'll get the full load out every single time. Just like Serket, he will ride you until he's finished. Shout out to High-Res Scott, of course.
Scott quotes.
That's right. Good stuff there. So previously what has happened, for those of you who don't know, or maybe those of you who don't play the bee, the mighty bee, sometimes what would happen is that you would actually start the honey, and if you flicked it a little bit too quickly, unfortunately you just get a little puddle of honey on the ground. It wouldn't actually spread and move around. Big bug that was now fixed, of course. Regardless of when you start the honey, you will have the full spread throughout the whole duration of the ability. You can cut it, of course, when you want to. So now this is going to be fixed, and you'll be able to get the full use out of that ability. It's something that people really asked about for a long time, so now that is going to be sorted out. The next change is going to be for Aphrodite. The Kiss had a little bit of a this is big. I don't think Aphrodite will ever be played again after this. Fixed an issue where Tooltip incorrectly stated that jealousy lasted for 8 seconds instead of 5 seconds. It's the effect that after you kiss an enemy while you are attached to somebody, you'll get bonus damage for 5 seconds.
Not 8.
The tooltip said 8 seconds. It was not 5 seconds.
Rest in peace,
game.
Afro, never to be picked.
Deliver this one.
So Artemis here has a very, very high win percentage in Conquest, so we needed to hit her somewhere. So what's going to happen is to suppress the Insolent. Basically, it's going to take a damage nerf at the top end. It's at all ends, 330 down to 280, and the physical scaling is going to be reduced from 50 to 40. So Artemis was doing a lot of damage, especially with that suppress the Insolent in lane. Just dominated lanes if she got ahead. Now it's a little less damage, a little less poke, a little more manageable. Her win rate was just way too high to leave her as she was.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that you're going to drop, you end up dropping like 30 damage without scaling at rank 3, which is kind of like when that laning starts to pick off. It's like in level 5, 6 when you start to harass really heavily. Plus the physical scaling down to 40% makes a really big difference. So the biggest thing for Artemis is that she was able to push and harass very effectively, almost indefinitely, and then she would come out mid and late with a high basic attack style kind of hunter. So she was getting a little too strong there. This is a change for Chang'e coming up next. It's something that I'm sure almost no one knew about, but it's actually something
I learned about it recently.
Right.
I didn't know it.
So what happened is, for those of you who don't know, there's backdoor protection on towers, which means that you can't just run up and smack them if you're the only thing there. You need some kind of minion influence or something else there. What happened is the bunny from Chang'e was counting as a minion, and of course that tower was no longer protected from being backdoored because that counted as a minion. This is no longer the case. So previously with the bunny nearby, you could attack the towers, you could destroy them. This actually helped with other characters as well. So that's going to be removed now. The bunny does not count as a minion.
DM Brandon's crying right now. I just want you to know that. You know he's crying.
When is he not?
That's okay. Fair enough. So next up, we do have some Cupid changes to Heart Bomb. This is, I think, mostly visual. Fix an issue that would make it appear to explode early if the target came under the effect of a stone shield while the Heart Bomb was on them. So you've got a Heart Bomb.
Yes.
Someone shields you with the Geb shield.
Yes.
And it explodes visually, but it doesn't actually explode. Is exactly what happened. So.
Cupid's got a lot of those things going on, so that's definitely a big change for him, making sure that it's not that improper feedback, and especially, with some of his other abilities. We'll see if we can get some of those changes. And next thing is from Mercury, fix an issue on his special delivery where he would dash past his target when dashing along walls. So same thing with Agni and some of the characters that have dashes. If they hit a wall, they will collide and then slide along it. Sometimes if he was sliding along the wall dashing, he would just go through the target and not actually grab them. So that has been fixed. The next change for Naja, some more bug fixes as well before we go into Nuwa. Universal Ring Toss now has, it's no longer invisible. Sometimes you just hear the noise and get the effect, but there would be no actual physical effect or visual that you could see.
Had to be one of the most frustrating things ever.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just, you don't even see it coming because you weren't in the visible range of the guy when it happened and occurred, and then you would just get hit and take a lot of damage if there was another guy nearby, obviously.
You don't know where to spread.
It was a frustrating thing to happen. I'm glad we fixed that.
Also, to fix the description error that indicated it did more damage than it does, it actually does the same amount of damage it always has. It's just on the tooltip, it just won't actually indicate that it did way more.
Way more, yeah.
So that's the big thing there. So take us through Nuwa.
So Nuwa took a couple hits here. Strength of Wood, her passive. Fix an issue that caused her passive to not trigger properly. I believe that was if you weren't moving, when you autoed, the root wouldn't apply. I heard about that.
It was like 2 or 3 different conditions.
Yeah,
that would cause
okay.
it not to work.
So her fog, it no longer stealth siege towers in arena. Thank God. Fixed a bug that caused fog to remove backdoor protection, similar to Chang'e Bunny.
Right.
Shining metal now. The scaling on minion explosion reduced from 50% to 30%. Very big hit. Corrected an issue where the tooltip sometimes lied when visiting websites. On fire shards, magical power scaling reduced from 50% to 40%. Fixed an issue which caused her to go back up in the air if hit by CC while descending from the ult, and it now properly targets bots in the jungle practice map. So a wide variety of changes. I think the biggest one is probably that shining metal hit.
Well, I think the biggest thing here, and then let's just kind of cut out the fixes and just look at the competitive balance changes here. Number one, the Shining Metal explosion on minions will have a scaling reduction from 50% to 30%. Previously, everything Nuwa did scaled at 50%, every single source of damage. Now it's going to be from Shining Metal's explosion on minions, the scaling will go down to 30% just for the explosion itself. Shining Metal is exactly the same. It's just if it collides with the minion and causes it to explode to do damage, that scaling on that source of damage is down 30%. We also have a reduce in scaling for the ultimate. The issue was early game the base damage was minimal to the point where you're like, okay, this seems fair. And then late game she would scale up to start doing like 400 or 500 damage with the ultimate to 5 different people, and that was the issue. So the scaling on the ultimate has gone down from 50% to 40%. So now she won't do those bloated numbers towards the end of the game. The next one is going to be Osiris, a big concern about him. What we're doing here, and this is kind of going back to the Warrior restructuring patch, reduced attack speed gained per level from 1.1% to 0.8%. So it's a 0.3% drop per level.
I think this is the most requested nerf from competitive and casual players is Osiris, correct?
In the top 5 at least. It's
yeah.
Number 1 for competitive is like number 3 or 4 for casual.
Yeah, so that's basically this in conjunction with Kin Size should help balance him a lot more, and obviously we'll have to see how it works with Kin Size coming out,
right.
But Kin Size was a crucial item to pick up on him, and now with the base
compulsory.
Nerf, yeah. Now
there
with
was
the,
no picking.
Now with the base attack speed gained per level reduced too, I think he should be in an okay spot.
Sure.
A lot better. Maybe we'll actually get to see him play it and not first
maybe,
banned every game.
Who knows? I mean, there was a very small subset of reasons why he was being picked all the time, and hopefully this mitigates a lot of that. We'll see how he ends up after the patch. Of course, if you guys are looking to play any of these, make sure you hop on the PTS tonight and through the weekend and give us very valuable feedback. Make sure you're being very vocal with things that are going into the patch, because there is still a chance that we can reevaluate or look at certain things. We'd like to hear the feedback from the fans, as we are very, very tuned to the ground on that one. Ra, the general new art and icons for his abilities. Of course, he is one of our oldest gods. In fact, he's nearly our oldest god. And so he is actually going to get new art and icons for his abilities, so a little bit more updated there and something fancier. For Thor, Anvil of Dawn fixed an issue which caused him to slide along the ground if CC'd while descending. It was kind of awkward and happened very rarely, but did happen, and it felt really weird.
It just looked weird, yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of awkward. Last one is going to be for Zeus, new art and icons for abilities. Again, a very old character who had old art, old ability.
Zeus getting a full remodel then recently.
Yes, full remodel, full redo for all of his art, as well as all of his icons for abilities and all that kind of stuff. So definitely some really cool things. Now, we are done with the main part of the patch notes here, so this is going to be the next big thing, and I'd really like to announce this to you guys. So if your friend went to the bathroom, go grab him or bring him back to the screen, because it's going to be a very exciting thing. I personally think so. So we're going to go ahead and hop in. Now, yesterday, while I was showing off the dev client, there was this really weird button at the bottom.
What button was that?
The button said Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Now, there's a lot of references in mythology, especially, of course, with Homer and everything. There's an Odyssey. So let's go ahead and talk about it. The Odyssey is going to be a very long process. In fact, it's going to be a 21-week process. We'll be starting it in the next patch. And this is going to allow you to actually contribute to the prize pool of the Smite World Championship.
I'm so excited about this.
Now, it's not so much about that, because let's say you're the average viewer and just say, I want cool things. Well, there's a ton of cool things in this. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mercury afterwards. The first item in the Odyssey is going to be the Mercury skin. So if you buy the Mercury skin, you will contribute to the Smite World Championship prize pool. We're going to have a very long trip. In fact, we are embarking on a quest, starting with the next patch and going all the way until the Smite World Championship, where we will travel across the world map and stop at different Pantheon areas globally and just release new content you can purchase and go into it. And plus other benefits as well. So let's go ahead and actually bring up the screen that has the Odyssey here and check it out on the in-game client. So, of course, on the top left corner of the screen, you can see there is Store, there is Treasure Chest, and then, of course, there is Odyssey. So embark on a grand Odyssey and obtain exclusive content here. We are starting right here in the center with Roman, and this is going to be beginning with the Mercury skin. Welcome to the Odyssey. Join Mercury as he tightens his winged sandals and makes his journey through Rome. So you see on the map here, this is going to be the Odyssey. Explains everything to you. We'll go through that in a second here. We start at $600,000. We're going to be making our way up as high as we possibly can. We're starting here in the Roman area. We're going to move across the map. We're going to go up to the Nordic frigid north. We're going to go down over to the Chinese area, land over here, and just kind of travel through all the pantheons, making our way. You got, you got Greek, you got Mayan. You're going to go through here. You had the Hindu over here, go over towards the Mayan area, and then land here in Atlanta for the Smite World Championship. And as we go along, we're going to be releasing content every single week. So once a week, something new will come out. You guys will be able to purchase this and get in on the prize pool for the Odyssey. Now let's go ahead and start with how the structure is going to work here. And we'll go to the Mercury skin in a second. So you can see this map is able to zoom in. You can go ahead and zoom in. You can see that we've got our next piece ready to go coming up next. This is the Mercury skin. Go over here. There'll be 3 pieces of content per Pantheon. We're going to follow the dots on the map, go up to the Nordic area, 3 more items. Going to go down here. Going to be 3 more items all the way across in Chinese. We're going to go over to Hindu, up here to Greek, down to Egyptian, over to Mayan, and end to the championship. But every single week, a new piece of content will come out you'll be able to purchase. Let's go ahead and open up the collection bonuses. So this is the big thing. This is what you want to know. See all the 3 pieces here. We're going to have an extra piece of content at the end as well. So the first item is going to be Mercury. This will put this to 1/3. As you purchase items, if you collect all 3 of the items from each Pantheon, you will get a free treasure chest roll. So when all 3 items for the Roman, the first Pantheon we go through, are released and you purchase all 3, you will be just given, here, open a chest and see what you get. And you can get exclusive content, convention skins, holiday skins, all kinds of cool stuff. Even the new emotes that are going to be available in there as well. You'll be able to open a chest for free and get something cool. Now, this is going to happen for every single Pantheon. So if you clear out all 3 for each Pantheon, you get a treasure chest. That's going to be a total of 7 different treasure chest rolls, which is 7 different pieces of content in the game. The next thing is going to be collection rewards. Now, as far as the items that are in the overall content, so these 3 items per, these are going to be available, and they're not going to be available for purchase all the time, but they're not going to go away. They're not going to be completely exclusive. You'll have chances to get this content after the Odyssey is over. The things you won't have a chance to get, and why it's very important to be involved with the Odyssey, is that these items at each of these thresholds will not be available when the Odyssey is completed after the Smite World Championship. And these are really, really incredible pieces to go into the game. So the first thing is going to be an esports supporter loading frame. So when you load into a match, the border around your icon, around your god portrait, will be a special one because you contributed. So once you have purchased 6 total items on the path through the Odyssey, you'll get this unlocked. Next thing is 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21. And I can tell you there's going to be a lot of really cool, exciting things. They will only be obtainable through the Odyssey, and that will be the collection rewards. As we discover more things, run.exe is going to be the Mercury skin. And the cool thing about this is that since we're going to the mythological regions, we're going to cover all the lore that goes into it. So when we start with Roman, you'll get a full rundown of all the lore of Mercury. You see, equipped with this magic wand called Cabrakan, is known as the messenger god, patron of eloquence and commerce, and the master thief. Mercury received the title Master Thief after he stole Apollo's cattle as a baby and lied about his wrongdoing. It said Mercury confessed his crime to Apollo and gave Apollo his lyre as a sign of reconciliation. He's dashing through Empire, being mischievous again. We're not sure, but it looks like he's heading towards Rome. So as we go along, there's a big story element that goes with this. And we're going to have a lot of stuff on Monday that will show you the rest of it. But we're going to start in the Roman area, and we're moving through the areas of the map, showing you a little bit of pieces of lore. You know, what is Norse about? What are the characters about? What's going on behind the scenes? And you need to learn a little bit about the pantheons, the gods involved with it, and the items that come through it, while also taking a journey all the way to the Smite World Championship and collecting very exclusive and fun items along the way. So I think to hype this up a bit, should we look at the Mercury skin?
Let's finally take a look at it.
Pushing the button. Oh, sliding on in. Look at that guy. Little wink there. Checking it out. So this is the run.exe Mercury skin. When you purchase this skin, you'll be contributing $3 to the prize pool of the Smite World Championship. And, of course, we'll be releasing content every single week, all the way up into the World Championship. So that's a lot of content. I mean, it's 21 items, actually 22 when it's all said and done. 21 items, I believe, when it's all said and done, that you can purchase and collect, plus the bonuses involved with it, and the set bonuses, plus 7 treasure chest rolls. There is a ton of stuff.
There's a lot of content coming out.
That's right. The cool thing about this is, wasn't he just green?
I've got it open too. He's red on my screen.
Oh man, and he's like purple. Wasn't he just blue?
I'm pretty sure.
Is he purple now?
He might. Oh, he's orange on my. I don't even know what.
Is that an M on his back? Look at him running and jogging and running around. Cool guy there. So this is the first item in the Odyssey, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and get excited for the start of the Odyssey. We're making our way to the Smite World Championship.